It's a heartbreaking time for music lovers everywhere. The Turner family is once again facing unimaginable pain. The passing of Ike Turner Jr., son of the legendary Ike Turner and stepson of the late Tina Turner, has left a wave of emotion rippling through fans and family alike. But what truly touched everyone was the stunning tribute from his brother, Michael Turner, a heartfelt moment that reminded the world of love, family, forgiveness, and the legacy they both carried from their famous parents. Today, we take a look back at Ike Turner Jr.'s life, his deep musical roots, the impact he left behind, and the emotional farewell from his brother that left mourners in tears. Ike Turner Jr. was born into music, quite literally. His father, Ike Turner, was one of the most influential figures in early rock and roll, credited with shaping an entire sound. His stepmother, Tina Turner, became the queen of rock, a force of nature whose voice defined generations. But growing up in such a famous family wasn't easy. Behind the bright lights were shadows, and Ike Jr. knew them all too well. He once spoke about how the pressures of fame, constant touring, and his parents' public conflicts affected him deeply. Still, music was always his escape, his sanctuary. From a young age, Ike Turner Jr. followed his father's footsteps into the studio. He played instruments, engineered sessions, and toured with Tina Turner after his father's death. His talent was undeniable, raw, soulful, and deeply connected to the blues that ran through his veins. In interviews, Ike Jr. often expressed his admiration for his mother, Tina, calling her a perfectionist, but a woman who always showed strength. Even when their family relationships were strained, he never stopped showing respect for her artistry and power. When news of Ike Turner Jr.'s passing broke, the reaction was immediate. Fans flooded social media with tributes, remembering him not just as the son of music legends, but as a man who tried to make peace with his past and find his own path. But it was his brother, Michael Turner, whose emotional words during the funeral captured the hearts of everyone watching. Standing before a quiet, tearful audience, Michael's voice cracked with emotion. He said, words, simple yet profound, echoed through the service. People wept openly. Some clasped their hands in prayer while others nodded, understanding exactly what he meant. The funeral itself was a modest yet deeply moving ceremony, attended by close family members, friends, and fellow musicians who had known Ike Jr. through the years. White roses lined the altar, symbolizing purity and peace, while a black and white photo of Ike Jr. smiling with his guitar rested near the casket. A local gospel choir performed Amazing Grace, followed by a touching rendition of Proud Mary, paying tribute to both Ike Jr.'s musical legacy and the indelible mark left by his parents. For Michael Turner, this was not just a goodbye. It was a moment of closure. He spoke about forgiveness, saying, "We all make mistakes. Our family lived in the public eye, but what people forget is that we were just human, brothers, sons, men trying to understand love and life." His words struck a chord with everyone in attendance. It wasn't about fame or money or legacy anymore. It was about family. About two brothers who, despite their complicated history, shared an unbreakable bond. Throughout his life, Ike Turner Jr. remained connected to music. He worked quietly behind the scenes, producing, mixing, and supporting other artists. He preferred authenticity over fame, substance over spotlight. Those who knew him best described him as gentle, intelligent, and deeply spiritual. One friend said, "He had his demons, but he never stopped believing in better days." And in the end, it seems that peace finally found him. As the final moments of the funeral came to an end, Michael placed a single white rose atop his brother's casket. He whispered something no one could quite hear, perhaps a final message between brothers, one that needed no audience. The crowd stood in silence as the music faded, the church bells rang, and the legacy of the Turner family took on another bittersweet chapter. The story of Ike Turner Jr. is one of pain, perseverance, and redemption. He carried the weight of a famous last name, but he also carried the spirit of a survivor, And in his passing, the Turner family reminded us that love, no matter how complicated, endures. Through the tears, through the tributes, and through the stunning words of his brother Michael, Ike Jr.'s memory now lives.